Hi friends, in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a screen recorder application using Python Kivy. For example, now let's run the program, and when we run the program it says welcome to screen recorder app Kivy. Press the screen record button to screen record the screen. So I'm going to input the name of the file. I'm going to write YouTube, then input the number of minutes to record. I'm going to input 6 seconds. So when I press screen record, it's going to capture everything for 6 seconds. I'm doing it right over here. So once it's done, it's going to bring back the screen back. So, and also again, let's check for the YouTube file now. Let's check it right over here, youtube.mp4. If we copy this and paste it right over here and then open it, it's going to show the activities we have done. So look at that. So that's what we are going to be working on today in this tutorial. So let's get started. Hi friends, please, if you are new to this YouTube channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, and also please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. And also please do not forget to support me on PayPal. The link is at the description below. So let's get started. So the first step now is to import all the most important properties. So let's first start from I'm going to write from pil import um image grab, then also import numpy as high, and also we write from win32 API, then we write import get system metrics, get system metrics here. Then we import from kivy dot app, import app. Then also we import from kivy dot lang builder, import builder. Then also from kivy dot uix dot screen manager, import screen, and also screen manager. Then we are going to write import cv2 and import time. So I want to make something clear right over here. If you haven't installed if you haven't installed some library, instead of you going to the pip terminal and writing pip install this or pip install that, if yours you can display an error here, what you just have to do is that you just have to bring your cursor right over here, and you see a place where it writes import property. So from there you just click on import property if you are using PyCharm or any this thing. So that's what you are going to do, and that's all for this step. So in this step now we are going to create our app class, and the class I'll give it a write class, then I'm going to write screen record, then bracket, I'll write app, I'll pass in app right over here. Then over here I'm going to create a function. I'm going to create build function here, df build self, And also I'm going to write screen, create a variable which is screen equal to be able to manage our um screen, but I'll just write pass right over here. Then we'll come right down here and write something here. I'm going to write sm dot um sm equal to screen manager. Then over here I'm going to screen manager with this bracket here. I'm going to write here sm dot add widget. Then I'm going to write um screen I'm going to write screen record. I'm going to write, I have to create a class here again, which is, I'll write class. I'm going to write screen record menu, and I'm going to pass in screen right over here. So then I'll write my pass here. So right over here, I'm going to write sm.add widget. I'm going to pass in this screen record menu here. This is the only widget we are managing. Then over here, I'm going to write our bracket. I'm going to write name is going to be equal to menu. So I'm going to write screen record, screen record bracket, then dot run self. So that's all for this step now. So let's move on to the next step. In our next step now, we are going to be working on the Kv file. What we just did here is to manage our classes, the app classes and this menu screen class. So now we are going to be working on creating the Kv file. Then right over here, I'm going to create a variable which is screen manager. Then I'm going to write equal to the three so right over here we are going to be working on our kv5 here. First of all, I'm going to write our class screen screen manifold. But first of all, before we start this process, we have to come over this build function here and now write screen is going to be equal to builder dot load string. Then this screen manager right over here, I'm going to write screen manager. Then over down here, I'm going to write return screen. So right over here, I'm going to write um screen manager, so that the reason why I did so that it can be able to capture, the app can be able to capture our kv file properly. So right here, I'm going to write screen manager is going to be screen manager class. Under here, we're going to write our screen screen record screen. How do we put it here? Screen record menu. We just only need this class screen record menu. So right here we are going to create this class here, which is the screen um record menu. Then over here I'm going to write the name, which is menu. This menu over here. So right over here I'm going to continue. Then I'm going to write our relative layout. Then our relative layout, I'm going to write orientation. Our orientation is going to be vertical. Then position going to be self dot position. Then our size is going to be root dot size. Then so now let's work on adding our label to the screen. So that's what we are going to be working on now. So now to work on our label, I'm going to come over here and write label. Our label is going to be down here. I'm going to write text is going to be, I'm going to write welcome to screen recorder app. Let's run it now and see the result. Screen recorder. Let me give space. So let's run it. Welcome to screen recorder app. But the only issue is that we need to resize it and place it at the top position here. So for us to do that, we are going to come over here and write position underscore hint. And what we are going to do here is that we are going to write center. I'm going to write center underscore x is going to be 0.5. Then right here center underscore y is going to be 0.905. So let's see if the changes has really impacted on it. So let's look at it. Welcome to screen recorder. You see it changed, the position changes, it moves up, but the last thing we want to do is that we want to resize, we want to increase the size of this text. So to do so now, I'm going to do something which is going to be font underscore size is going to be self dot height over 15. Then multiply by 0.75. So let's see the result now. See, it looks better. Welcome to screen recorder app now. Look at it, it looks more better. So let's add some other things too. The next thing I'll add is the instructions. And to do that is for me to save that, I'll just copy this and bring it here. I'll just paste this label instead of welcome to screen recorder app. I'm going to write press the screen record button to screen record the screen. So now like that, we are going to give it a new position. We are going to just change the y to 0.7. Let's run it now and see if there is any changes. Now it says press the screen record button to record the screen. It looks better. So now in our next step now we are going to add the text whereby it says input the name of the file. The name of the file after we record the screen, then the name of where it the text whereby it tells us to input the name of the file and input the number of seconds. To do that now we are going to just to save time, I'll just come over here, copy this label and paste and edit. So it says input the name of the file. I'm going to change the text to um input the name of the file. Yes. Also, there's something I forgot here. I'm supposed to reduce the size of this. I'm going to write 6.5 instead of 7.5. The one that they say that we should press the screen record button to screen record the screen. So we are going to change this position now to we are going to give it 0.5 555. Yes. So our size will be 0.65 here. So let's run it. It says input the name of the file. But one thing is that this it has to be at the left side, and to do so we have to just change the x-axis from 0.5 to 0.3. Let's run it now and see the result. Look at it, it's properly fixed where it's supposed to be. It says input the name of the file. It's right, is at the left. So also let's also add input the name of the we are going to also input the number of minutes. Input the number of minutes. So then our position is going to change from 0.45 to 0.455. So let's run it and see. It says input the number of minutes right over here. So now we are done with the labels. So let's work on the next thing in which is to input the text, to create the text input and the button. So let's get started on that. So now in this step we are going to be working on our text, on placing our text input on the screen and also the button. So right here I'm going to write text input, and under here I'm going to write id which is screen record name. And also I'm going to give it the size, the heat size, which is 0.2 on the X, and Y is going to be 0.05. Then our position dot hint, our position underscore hint, I'm going to give it 0.4 on the X and 0.5 0.555 to match with this one right over here. So let's run it now and see. Impute the, it's coming over this side. I need to change the X maybe to 6. So yes, it's properly placed well. So the last thing is to work on the text input for the minutes. And to do that, I'll just copy and paste this. And the IDS is going to be screen record. Instead of screen record name, I'm going to write screen record seconds to represent seconds. So this one is going to be 4. So let's run it and see our result. We need to move this, look at it, we need to move this text input to the right a little bit. So I'm going to write 0 point maybe something like 65. Maybe I'll put 63. Let's run it and see. At least let me put 62. It's properly fixed now. So let's work on the last thing, which to place our button right over this section here. And to do that, I'm going to come over here and create button. I'm going to write button. It's going to be text, which is the text should be screen record, and under here the size of the button is going to be 30% at the X and 10% at the Y. And also our position underscore hint is going to be I'm going to copy and paste it. The position, I'm going to write over here, I'm going to give it the X should be 0.47 and the Y should be 0.354. And the last thing we want to do now, we are going to write on underscore release. Then I'm going to write root dot screen record. We should check. We want to make sure that we check if we press the button and release it. So when we release the button, it's going to screen record. It's going to go to the screen record function. So that's what we are telling Python here. So let's run it now and see. So now look at everything is organized now. Say welcome to screen recorder. I press the screen record button to record the screen. It says impute the name of the file and impute the number of minutes. So we've worked on the interface. Now the next thing for us to do is that whenever we impute wherever, maybe now I write YouTube and also the name of the file is YouTube, and the number of minutes, maybe if I put 1 minute, and when I press record, it should record our screen. So, and not give us any error. The reason why it's giving us error is that we haven't created any function, start working on the main screen recording part. So in this step, in the next step, I'm going to show you how to create the screen recording function. So that's what we are going to be doing in our next step. So that's all for this step. So now in this step, we are going to be working on our um we are going to be working on our screen recording function whenever we this thing. That means whenever we press the screen record button, this our screen record function. I'm going to create a function here to write df, which is screen record. Then I'm going to write self. So now pay attention here. The first thing to do now when we press the screen recording button, I want it to minimize. I want the screen to minimize whenever we let me run the program and show you what I mean. So now things that when I press the screen record button, I want it to, after imputing the name of the file and imputing the number of minutes, I want, when I click on screen record button, I want it to minimize the screen. So for us to do that now, to make sure it minimizes the screen, then I'm going to write app dot get running app dot root underscore window, then dot minimize. So let's run it now and see. Let's just run it now and see. Test it now. You see how it's minimized the screen for us. Maybe now when we input maybe the name of the file we want to do, whether we input anything, the number of minutes, maybe 6 minutes, we press screen record and it goes out of the screen. It minimizes the screen. So that is what we mean. That's what I mean by minimizing the screen. So now what we are going to do right over here is that I'm going to write minutes min here. I'm going to write min here is going to be equal to, I'm going to create a minutes variable which is going to be time dot time, then plus 60 times, we are going to write eval. Then under here I'm going to write self dot ids dot screen 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 record sec dot text. This is what we are referring to. Whenever, what we want to do here, let me explain here, is that whenever we press the button, when we press the screen record button, whatever minute we impute right over this text input, in which they say screen record sec, which means screen record second, whatever we impute the number, I'm supposed to put screen record minutes, definitely screen record minute. Whenever we this thing, whenever we impute the number of minutes we want it to record, it's going to record exactly that minute, and after that it's going to stop recording. So that's what we mean here, right over here. So now let me change it to minutes here. I forgot. So that's what we mean here. So what it means that time dot time, then plus 6, then plus 60, then we multiply it by the number. This is 60 seconds. 60 second times whatever minute we impute in our text input, whether 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or whatever. So that's what we mean here. So our next step now, after that, we are going to be working on our screen for us to be able to capture our screen and record it perfectly. To do that, we are going to create a variable which is called um height, and I'm going to write get system metrics, which is going to be 1. Then the width is going to be get system metrics, which is 0. So right over here now, we are going to move to the next step. Then file name, also apart from the seconds that we want it to, I mean the minute we want to record this, we want to record our screen, the name of the file too, which is this place we are referring to, which is the screen record name. Where it says impute the name of the file in which it corresponds with this one here. So here, what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to come over here and write file underscore name is going to be equal to I'm going to write um self. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to write f formatted string. I'm going to write it like this: self dot ids dot text, and I'm going to refer it to this text input screen record name, which is dot screen record name self.ids. Remove this text here. Then we are going to write dot text. Then over here, I'm going to write um dot mp4. Whatever we write as our name of the file, then we put our dot mp4 here. So now let's move on to our next step, which you have to be focused on. So now, from where we stop now, after this file name, I'm going to create a variable which is format. I'm going to write format. I'll just create a variable named format. I don't want to write format because if I write it now, it's going to be giving me. But anyway, we can write it like this. The format, we are going to write cv dot video writer over format for, then FOUR force or something like that. Then under here, I'm going to write M. The format is going to be M. Then I'm going to write P. Then I'm going to write 4. Then I'm going to write V again. Then what we are just doing here is that we want to make sure that it grabs. We want to make sure we write it in an MP4 kind of distinct kind of file. That is what we are working on this side. So um the next thing I'm going to do, I'll say I'm going to create a variable which is um final. I'm going to call it final video. Final video is going to be equal to um cv2 dot video writer. Then under it I'm going to write um file name, and I'm going to write um format here, and also I'm going to write 20.0, and then under this side I'm going to I'll have to put my comma. Then I'm going to write width, then height. So what this is doing here is that after we've done our anything we've done, we will have to, when we've recorded the screen or everything, is going to finally um convert it into a video kind of format, which will grab the height and the width and the and this format here with the file name. So that's what's here. That's what we are doing right over here. So um let's continue to the next step. Now the next step now, what we are going to do now, what we are going to do now in our next step now is to create a while loop kind of stuff. But first let's run the program and see. So no need sha. In this step now we are going to create a kind of while loop, and to do so we are going to write while the things that when you are working with Kivy, when we are using Python Kivy, while loop usually causes the application to freeze. But I don't know if any of you know any way you can use to bypass the freezing of the screen without using while loop or any kind of, if you know how to bypass it without using while loop, or either you even use while loop, please let me know at the comment section below. So, but for now, for this tutorial, we are going to use while loop for it. We are going to use while time is less than minute. So what we are trying to do here now is that this minute here is that whenever we impute our minute, what this while loop will be doing, this while program is going to run for that exact is going to run for that exact minute. After that exact minute, the while loop is going to stop working. So under this while loop, maybe if we input 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes here, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, that's what we just did here, right over here. So while we are going to write under this page now. So now, okay, yeah. So now let's move on to our next step now under this while loop. So now we are back to this our while loop here. So what we want to do is that the first step we are going to do, I'm going to create a variable which is called image, and I'm going to write image grab. dot grab. Then under this place, I'm going to write bb box is going to be equal to um I'll write also here bracket 0 0, then width, then height, and that's all for this side. Then the next thing we are going to write is img dot um img underscore numpy. That's what I'm going to call it as. Then I'm going to write ny dot array, then bracket img. um, Let me see what I'm doing wrong here. img.ny, then numpy.arrange.image. I don't know why it's showing me this error right over here. So let me see what I can do for this side. Then let me go to img. Let's continue. I'm going to create a variable which is final image, which is going to be equal to cv2, then dot ct dot cvt color. Then I'm going to write img underscore ny right over here, then cv2 dot color, then color underscore bgr two RGB. So then after that, I'm just going to write. Then after that, what I'm going to do right over here is that I'll write final. I'm creating if I'm going to write then final video dot write, then img I'm going to write img underscore, let me see something. Then I'm going to write final image, then after that what I'm going to do is that I'm going to write app dot get running app dot root dot windows root underscore windows dot restore. I'm still getting this issue of this error. Let me see. I'm going to, it's still showing me this error right over here. Before that, after that, I will explain everything for you here. But let me try and see if I can fix this error. I think I've gotten the issue. The issue is right over here. I say import numpy as py instead of ny. If we change it to ny, the error will clear up. So if we change it to ny, the error will clear up. So now let's so what to explain this stuff, this while loop side now. What I mean right here in this line is that we create a variable to grab our we use image grab to be able to capture our screen. And why we do that, we do it like in a while kind of loop method, like we do it like repeatedly in a such a way that will capture our screen in every frame or every kind of every in every frame or something like that. So then after that, we'll just convert it to color, and after that, we'll write it as an image. And when done writing it, when the minutes or second timing has elapsed, we'll just bring back our Kivy screen. We'll just restore our Kivy screen. So now let's run the program and see. So now we run the program. It says, "Welcome to Screen Recorder app. Press the screen record button to record the screen." It says, "Input the name of the file." I'm going to write YouTube coding. Then input the number of minutes. I'm going to put maybe like 12 seconds. That is 0.2 of a minute. So let's press screen record. When we press our screen record button, then it's screen recording everything right now for 12 seconds. We have to wait first and see. Um, a- Attribute error. There's an error here. It says screen record object has no attributes. Windows is root window. Let me change this right over here. Instead of root windows, I'll remove the S. So let's run it now and see. So now it says input the name of the file. We write YouTube um code YouTube coding. Then input the number of minutes. We want 12 seconds. We want it to run for 12 seconds. So we press our screen record now. It's recording our screen, as you can see right now. After it finished recording, it's going to cancel the recording and bring back our return back to the screen. As you can see right now, it returns it back. And now let's check our YouTube coding file right over here. Let's check it here. YouTube coding, look at it here. I'll copy it and paste it on our um screen here, right over here. YouTube coding. Let's run it and see for ourselves. As you can see now, there's an action being taken on the screen, what we did. But one more thing is that there is no sound to it. So in this tutorial, it's just limited to just screen recording. There is no sound in it. Maybe in my future tutorial, I'm going to add sound into it. So I think that's all for this tutorial. So thanks for watching and see you in my next video. Hi friends, please, if this is your first time watching, please do not forget to hit the like button, and also please do not forget to hit the subscribe button, and do not forget to support me on PayPal. The link is at the description below. So thanks for watching and see you in my next video.